Those epic Ninjago memes.
Yeah, not
Garmadon.
the incredibly heartbreaking episode that was released just a few days ago. No, I prefer that was foolish. If you are fortunate to have survived.
All these epic Garmadon memes. They're gonna end up on meme review.
Who said there was just Garmadon?
Oh, is that? Oh, what's going on here? Okay, I think.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Okay.
Yeah, I can branch out from just Garmadon memes.
So we are live now. We are alive. We're not dead.
Darth, you haven't filled out the with in brackets.
Oh yeah. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah. I think my computer's a bit slow because it's playing the live stream video like five seconds after everything happened.
Yeah. There is always a bit of lag with it.
Yeah.
My phone's 2% back. I need to find a charger.
Oh dear.
It should be fine. Yeah.
All right. Where are we now? We're in. Okay. How long is the stream going to be? I don't know. Until I finish this set, probably. So maybe a couple thousand years. Really surprised how small it is. The box.
Yeah, it was slightly strange. When I pulled out the head, it looked so big compared to how much I thought it would be.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm just gonna be posting joggeries on Reddit.
I just cut myself.
Get someone hoping to get some of that sweet karma.
I put one on. We need to start getting Garmadon memes into the mainstream. Garmadon.
Yeah.
No, we need to get Ninjago memes into the mainstream.
Well, Garmadon's the best part.
Yeah.
That
photo of Garmadon looking really confused on the bounty. That's the first sort of Ninjago meme that's just that I've actively kind of liked.
Oh really?
Yeah, most of them I just I kind of go, yeah, they're fine, but I think that the Garmadon looking really confused, which is really funny.
Do you have an Instagram?
I don't know. The Denver one's pretty good.
I look on Instagram from time to time. I'm not very active on it.
Yeah, go on to @4Ds. I posted a bunch of them yesterday.
Go on at Master Garmadon. That's where you need to go for all the epic Ninjago memes.
Let me find my phone. Oh, that's weird.
Someone typed in the thing, have they?
Hang on a sec.
I just cut myself. How did I cut myself? That's ridiculous. The box did that. That's ridiculous. Never cut myself on a Ninjago box or a Lego box ever.
Wait, you cut yourself?
I don't know how.
What happened?
I don't know. I opened the box up and I realised my thumb was bleeding.
I was with like a beautiful butter knife and tends to work.
Right, I'm gonna go for about 10 minutes.
Alright, see you in a minute. Okay, chat, hold on. The Oni pack is cool. It's very cool. It's a very cool thing.
I agree. Yeah.
Pop out the chat here.
Anyway, I'm gonna get the chat on my screen so I can see it. There we go. Got it.
Got it out. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how I'd. Hello, everyone. Okay. Amigo. Mes amigo. I don't know that language. If anyone wants to join, we have probably spaces for like 2 more people. It's going to be absolutely crazy. We should match the amount of people on the Fold podcast.
Oh.
Oh, the Overlord is in back 1. Oh, this is a cool part.
Oh yeah, I really like the Overlord figure.
Oh, how is it
so nice?
Seriously?
Oh my god! Wow, that's bad. You've got a plaster or something.
I guess put something on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it with a thing.
Oh no.
I don't have anything to. Oh, this is ridiculous. That's actually kind of weird. I don't have a plaster on me. What can I use? What can I use?
You could use the. Are there any stickers that you don't want to use on the dragon?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, if there are any stickers that you're not going to use, you can just.
I think I'll use them all, but I do know where I can get. I have like a whole bunch of stuff down here. There should be stickers in one of these books. I am probably going to die. I mean, that's not completely out of the question. That's not what I want. Oh, there's going to be stickers in one of these things. I never use them, so there's going to be something here that has stickers in.
Yeah.
Like some kind of. Oh, there's a Ninjago book here. Maybe that has it on. 2011 Ninjago book.
Did you ever have that moment, like I don't know, when you were younger, when you just had the sticker sheet and you had the new set, and you looked at the sticker sheet and you suddenly thought, no, I don't need to do this.
No, because I really, really like making sure the sets are completely finished.
Oh.
So I always wanted to put them on.
Oh.
Yeah, you can. I will send you a link. Let me just save my thumb first before I bleed out and die.
Yes, that is a priority.
Oh, come on. There's like an old Pokemon sticker book I have. That should have something in it.
Well, we've got a question. What do you guys think about the return of the golden weapons / armor?
Sounds interesting. Sounds I could do something with that.
I think I really enjoyed it when they found the golden armor. I thought if we've all been saying, like, I remember like when the Skybound leaks were like leaking, and there was like the picture of the Tiger Widow Island, and there was so many videos of like how the golden armor was going to return and how they were looking for it on the island. And I think that if it had come back in any of those kind of seasons, it wouldn't have been as good as here, where it finally makes sense because we finally got like a proper destruction balance ending thing to deal with, like get the golden armor now. So I really like it, and the idea that they're going to put back into weapons is so interesting to me. Yeah.
I think it stopped bleeding now.
You think? Okay.
I'm watching it. Hold on. That's a really weird way to start a stream.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna add. I'm gonna DM you on Discord. Give me a second. Entertain the people for me. I'm gonna go and try and find something. I'm
gonna talk about my Kai theories. So, yeah. Mahan, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. You said that it's up to Kai to fail. I mean, Kai to save the day. I think that is actually one of the most interesting parts, because Kai's general thing during season 8, 9, and 10 is that he's a bit inadequate. He's good at being cocky, but he's not good at the real stuff. Like when he's trying to get Wu to do something, where he's talking to Nia at the end of 697, and Kai's a bit inadequate all the time during these seasons, and finally it's up to him to do something real. And I think that I'm not sure if that was intended, but I sort of got that. Like, you know, even Kai at the end goes, you know, I'm inadequate as a blacksmith. You know, you can't make me do this. And then it ends up with, you know, Kai having to do that in the end. And it's a nice callback, because like 100 episodes, the first scene we see is Kai failing to make something, and now in the 100th episode we're going to see Kai either failing to make something or making something kind of like half successfully, because I do not believe that Kai's actually going to be successful in remaking the golden weapons. Like, someone's going to have to step in and just lend a hand. That should be fun. So yeah, so I do actually like the whole Kai thing. Wait, hang on. if it feels a bit weird with only me, can everyone hear me? I feel like without Darth gone, it's sort of with Darth gone, the audio sort of it's very quiet. Yeah. Anyway, I really like that aspect of it. I don't think they're going to go to the Temple of Light personally, because it's one episode and they've got a lot of things to wrap up. Like they've got the Journey thing, they got the Garmadon thing, they got everything to do. So I feel like they're either gonna have some moment where they try and make it, and then they're gonna fail, and then someone will just step in at the monastery and sit and do it, rather than them having to go to a completely different location. Yeah. Thanks, Lego Prime Ninja. Yeah, all you missed was Darth bleeding out.
I'm back.
Hello. I've just been telling the audience about my sort of like my Kai analysis of Sons of Garmadon Hunted and March of the Oni.
Oh, that is epic. I
Yeah.
found the biggest one I could just by accident. I just
Whoa.
picked up the first one, and that's what I found. So
Yeah. I remember I cut my finger in school once, and the school like insisted I had like my finger just like tripled in thickness because that amount of bandage they put on it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what do you think of like how much a legacy sort of is tying into March of the Oni?
I think it's great.
Yeah. Although I do wonder if we're going to get any sort of Oni sets, because I have a horrible feeling that the only battle pack will be the only.
Yeah, the only one.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would be less than
sad.
Great, but yeah.
I hope we do get them more, but I'm not going to hold my breath.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to discuss the season 11 leaks, or quote unquote leaks?
Yeah, sure. It's not allowing him in. What? For some reason, it's not letting. Hold on a second. You should have permission. There shouldn't be any reason why you're not allowed in. Did you get in now?
Oh, wait, oh man. Oh, great. Okay.
Brilliant.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hello, I was saying hello to the
Am I in?
the newcomer.
I think I'm in. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Wait 1 sec.
Yep. We can.
Yeah, sorry. I think I had to check a box somewhere on the the menu. It's like, do you consent to be able to join a non-air video call? And I forgot to click that. So that's why it wasn't letting me. Apologies about that.
It's alright. This is now really difficult.
Alright.
Overlord is done.
Actually,
There we go.
I'm really close to getting that set. Either that one or the Samurai Mech.
They're both apparently really, really good. The Samurai Mech is apparently really good. Have you seen them in the store? Have you seen them in person?
I've not, but there's a shop in Lancaster which sells a lot of Lego, and I sometimes go in there just to have a look at them. So I think the next time I go in there, I'll be able to see them.
These boxes are so small.
Ah.
This dragon, I went in there yesterday, first time I saw them in real life, and yeah, I was really surprised. It's the same height as the last year's 18-pound ones, but it's way less wide.
Right. Yeah. I'd either get that or the mech, but if I got the mech, I'd have to like mod it a lot because I want it to look like the original. But if I got the dragon, I think the dragon looks pretty solid just as it is.
Yeah, it does. They can both dab, so if that's on the list of criteria, then you can do that.
We get it to T-pose as well if we really have to.
I feel like as a build, the dragon is weaker because like the legs are so kind of flimsy. Like you touch it and the legs just go down. Or at least on my one they do. Whereas the mech seems to, apart from the cage that holds Nia, it seems to stay together a lot better.
Then again, I've got the original Samurai Mech back at home, so it's kind of one of those things. It's like would I want to get a smaller version of the like? I don't know. I think I quite like it, but I'd probably end up modding it to try and look as close to the original, even though they have like introduced like a, in the Legacy TV series. Well, it wasn't even a TV series, like a mini series, wasn't it? They're like, yes, I wanted to make it differently.
Yeah.
I like how they made all of those vehicles like sort of canon in the show.
That
was fun.
Nia's one was horrible. I mean, she Fortnite danced.
It's like, have you seen the copy pasta that Ninja Nuva did of it? It's just got like the whole script of that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was good. It's a good mech. I don't think it compares. It's not trying to be the original one though, and that's why I like it. It's because it's different. I wouldn't say it's better, because that one. When someone asked me, okay, so I know people that used to like Ninjago back in 2011 because it was very feudal Japan style, and ever since it started getting more technological, they've been growing less and less fond of it. And the one example I've always used is that mech, because it's such a good marryment between what you'd imagine an old samurai. If you went back in time and asked a samurai, what kind of robot do you want?
Yeah.
You can imagine.
I think it's a really good mix. And also, since quite like a lot of sort of shows along that sort of like Japanese sort of things had mechs and stuff like that, it was almost like their own sort of
modern
take on the.
Oh, it is, and that's the thing, is that it's like new Japan meets old Japan.
Yeah.
Basically.
Actually, one mech that definitely looks a lot better when you have it is the Reinhardt one. Even though it's like way too big, I really like that. So if maybe we had a Ninjago mech of sort of that style, where like the head almost makes up, so you just stand the minifigure inside and the head like has a helmet or something without the body. That'd be kind of cool.
Isn't that kind of what the new one's doing though? The new samurai mech.
The helmet kind of makes up the head of the
I've only got
the ones
dragons.
where you kind of sit in the middle of it. I find those a little bit weird because I don't know, they're still pretty good, but they just don't. I thought the funniest one was, Kai's mech, the fire mech from the
Mitchell can see the future. Mitchell can see the future.
And that just had like those weird antennae, like at the top made out of katanas. You can't unsee that after you. It's like, all right, those.
Yeah.
It was a really good set for like a little small mech that you could just kind of.
I agree.
And it came with a Stone Scout.
Yeah.
Small boy.
Oh, since I'm building the Golden Dragon, I guess you can ask. The Overlord 2014 versus this one. I don't know. That one was the Golden Master, and this one is trying to be something in between Garmadon and his wispy form. This one's really strange. I like its design, but it's not really the Overlord. Like, he's never appeared like this.
Yeah, it's sort of like a in the flashbacks of like the Mustake flashbacks, when you have those versions of what the characters look like. Yeah, I thought of how I imagined that Overlord. So yeah,
the Overlord is actually really strange in the canon right now because he is a dragon. That's his original form. So
I have a theory about that actually, because the Overlord was created to balance the first Ninjutsu Master, and the first Ninjutsu Master was using creation or the dragon. The Overlord would sort of balance that with I know this is a stretch, but like balance that with a dragon.
When they say creation, it always annoys me because there has never been any shown thing. Like, the universe of Ninjago has never reacted to anything before. And it's like, we got to take this thing. Like, they haven't been specific with it. But I do think that there is something about the Overlord that we're not being told.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that he is not exactly... A lot of people like to see him as this like kind of god kind of thing. And I don't think that's true. I don't think that he's ever supposed to be that. I really don't like the Overlord in season 2 because he kind of like ruins Garmadon.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, he undermines the character of Garmadon quite a lot. And
the writers did that on purpose, and it's one thing that I will never forgive season 2 for, and it's that, and it's like they could have built. It's why I preferred him in Rebooted, because he was his own character. He wasn't just Garmadon, but worse. And even then, it's like they had to dumb Garmadon down to an idiot in order to get him to be worse.
Yeah. Also, that possessed Garmadon really hasn't aged well. Like, I rewatched season 2 a few years ago.
Even when the episode
I used to think
out,
that guy was like really badass, but now looking back at him, it's just like, what the hell
animation
is this
was
weird ass
trash.
thing?
Like they really didn't try with that. even back when I was watching it for the first time, the animation looked awful. The CGI is really bad. He doesn't move realistically at all.
Though the dragon has
It's like
grown on
the
me.
Grundle.
Yeah, the dragon's grown on me. I originally didn't like the dragon.
Oh, really?
With that, because the weird mustache thing and like, you know, the little twirly things coming off. But now, after rewatching it, I kind of like the Overlord Dragon more. So it's interesting to see how the two.
The Overlord Dragon is very interesting, but I just hope that they explain exactly. It would be awesome. I mean, the problem with the dragons is that they're beasts, literally. I kind of hope that there's some backstory that we've just not been told about this one dragon, you know? Maybe even. We know he's not an Oni. We know that now.
Well, the Overlord himself may be the reason why he became that sort of dragon who was, I don't know, like, overcome with...
Yeah, it could have been.
Primal
My
energy,
theory currently is that the Overlord is the dark. Like, the First Mythic Master has a very specific... Right, one thing that's always interesting about Ninjago is they talk about balance a lot, but it's always the Western type of balance. It's not the Eastern type of balance. Because it's not yin and yang, it's good must prevail over evil, and that's balance. That's what Ninjago does. And this is my theory
one thing.
here.
I think Ninjago is like an Eastern sort of like, you know, so like a...
Yeah.
So like, you know, trying to be a ninja show, but it's basically just about like...
It's Star Wars, really.
Basically just a load of Americans like trying to be...
It is.
But
and
I
it's
don't
always
mind it. I
frustrating
think
me because
I think part of that is what makes it so accessible to anyone.
They try to use... but they try to use that. And I think what that means is that if I had to guess and had, you know, this is going to be completely out of left field, but I think that the Overlord is quite literally the darkness because he is the dark part of the First Mythic Master. And it would explain why the First Mythic Master prefers the light, because he's the light side left over. But then again, now that we know he's not the Oni, he's not an Oni, it kind of like makes it a little bit harder to work with, because obviously he's not he was able to hold the golden armor, so we know he's not an Oni, but he could still be he could do something weird, like the First Mythic Master got rid of his dragon side and his darkness at the same time, and like he doesn't have to be the darkness is his Oni part, you know. They could do something a bit of a mix and match with that, which I think it could still work, but I just get the feeling it's one of those things they're never going to explain, and we just kind of have to accept it. If the Overlord was 100% dead, I'd be fine with it, but they always, you know, Tommy said he's not dead, and they're always like, oh, we could come back, but it's like, well, then you're going to have to explain all of that if he does come back.
Yeah, I think Tom Andresen or someone once tweeted that as long as Ninjago still exists, the Overlord can't die. I think there's something like that. I think it was. Yeah.
But at that point, what is he, and why is he? Why is it? You can't just say. I mean, we can believe that, but we got to know why. Especially now we know how Ninjago was created, the Oni and the Dragon. The Overlord is secondary to the Oni now, in terms of darkness. So it's like, what is he?
I also have a horrible feeling that we're gonna wait a long time if we ever even do see the Overlord again. It won't be like next season because they've just got away from the Oni stuff. So it'll be like a long time away before we actually get anything.
About that, what do you think these new links are going to be? Someone had a good idea. I'm really worried they're going to like brush past the Oni and they're going to beat them in this next episode. I have putting all my hope out there. I hope they don't, and instead, what happens is they're sent to another realm. I know that would possibly be a little bit verging on
that could work.
Yeah,
what happened with Hunted.
I hope that's what happens as well. Like the Oni aren't defeated, but they're just sort of pushed back enough that they're not doing
or
anything.
The Ninja lose. I don't think they do that again after Sons of Garmadon.
Yeah,
but I think what could happen either is that there's a time skip. They beat the Oni, and the Oni do. I don't think they can truly defeat the Oni, but they might, and that's what's worrying me.
They might move into the Oni actually might flee, but are still around. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like it when the only thing I don't want them to do is I don't want them to just like undermine the villains, because one thing I really liked about the Sons of Garmadon in Sons of Garmadon is that these people were literally just like some bike gang, and they weren't anything like threatening.
And they were following
ancient evil. They were literally just a bunch of people who they had strength in numbers, and they were just assholes really. But then by Hunted, they just kind of became just right. Oh yeah, we can kind of make. They just became a bit of a comic relief by the end of it.
They did.
Quite
they
funny.
undermined them. Yeah. Kilo was complete. Like he was real driving force in Sons of Garmadon, the early Sons of Garmadon. And then
then
it's just like he's some moron.
Well, Killer was just physical comedy in the second, in Hunted.
The only part I like about
Hunted is so disappointing about that.
Sons of Garmadon is Harumi is far better in Hunted than she was in Sons of Garmadon.
Yeah.
I don't know why people got so like Harumi was brilliant in her reveal.
I think Harumi's actually a pretty well-written villain.
The moment she walked out of that cave, she became every generic bad guy ever. It was really weird. I don't know why people were praising her so much in that first episode, because in the second, after that, acting as if she's been perfectly written since she came out of the cave. When she revealed herself to Lloyd, she had, there was reasons for what she was doing. The moment she came out, they all went away. And if you go back and look through, you'll see that a lot of what she's doing is completely unrelated to her goal. And it doesn't actually make sense when you take into account why she's doing what she's doing. And she kind of like loses that relatability factor, or that that word. She becomes less like Thanos and more like, I don't know, the Iron Man villain.
Yeah.
Every Iron Man villain.
Pretty much, yeah.
Actually, unpopular opinion, I don't mind Ultron. I thought Ultron was a pretty good villain.
Yeah,
Ultron was cool.
I liked Ultron.
I think Marvel villains get a bit too... I think they got a lot of personality, but not as much motivational depth. And I think that's the problem, is that the actors always bring their A game, and it wasn't until recently that they started getting better written and more care. It's the villains, I think, the MCU is so good that in order to find something to criticize, you kind of have to go past all of the normal critique. And I'd say that the MCU is always very good, at least.
Well, yeah, I think the MCU is consistent. That's one thing I can hand to them. In consistency. Yeah. I've not seen a bad MCU film in a while. I've seen like well, I've not really watched that much of Ant-Man and the Wasp, but there's a couple that have been like, they're okay. But I've never said this is garbage. I've never outright hated.
Ironically, the only one I have on disc is the only one I don't actually like too much. Well, the one I think is the worst. Not bad, but the worst, and that's Thor 2.
Yeah, Thor 2 is a bit.
That's the only one I own, ironically. Well, I own Homecoming in digital, but it's strange. I think Hulk as well.
But it's a bit.
Hulk, the original Hulk movie, is a bit naff. It's not.
It's not even. It's not even canon. That's the only problem. I don't know. Like where
it
which
is.
Hulk is real.
Technically,
which
but you just got to imagine that it's not that actor playing it.
Yeah.
So the events happen the exact same way, but just for the different actor. But I just can't handle that Hulk. When you look at Mark Ruffalo's, it's just not the same. I can't watch that movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mark Ruffalo's actually really improved in the most recent films. Like maybe because he had spent less time as Hulk, especially in Infinity War. He wasn't being the Hulk. He was sort of.
No, he was Bruce Banner.
He was relying on himself.
Yeah.
So it was.
That was the big arc about it, and I loved it. I loved that he beat the Cull Obsidian without the Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice.
One thing I will say about Infinity War that is they didn't make it very clear why Hulk wasn't coming out. We know now, thanks to that interview that the Russo brothers did, it was because he felt like he was being relied on too much, and that only makes it all better. But that wasn't really taken across very well.
Yeah. If there's one thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna sound really cynical here, but I genuinely think they did it because of the CGI budget. Like you've got Thanos, you've got so much. Like
it's possible.
I feel like if they'd put Hulk in as well, they would have had to have downgraded. Like not downgraded.
Although then again, Endgame is gonna have both. Endgame is gonna have Hulk.
But I mean, Infinity War so much money. That was like probably one of the greatest like financial successes of.
I think it's like the third biggest movie ever or something. I just looked that up.
I think it beat The Force Awakens as well. Like
highest grossing.
I remember when they did that picture of the lightsaber being handed to Thanos. I thought that was quite good.
Okay,
Venom.
I'm on Wiki, all our favorite site for information.
Venom was not the best movie.
It is the fourth highest grossing movie ever. So that's Avatar, Titanic, Force Awakens, and Infinity War.
Avatar, like the blue one.
Yeah, Avatar made 2 billion, so 2.7 billion. Titanic made 2.1 billion. Wow. Force Awakens made 2 billion, and Avengers made just slightly under with 2 billion. But it was like, oh god, I think it was like 20 million under. Force Awakens. So yeah. And then the funniest part was that it just jumps down. So so Jurassic World made 1.6 billion, and that's the next movie underneath.
Yeah, I say what you will about the Star Wars sequels, but Jurassic World really didn't feel like a good reboot to Jurassic Park or follow up. I don't know.
I've never been a fan, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, but it's fun, but there's nothing particularly big.
It's a fun movie, but it's not. It doesn't have much substance.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I've just realised. I think I've dragged you all into a film conversation, and this is a Ninjago stream.
It's not. It's just a stream.
Yeah.
And I'm building a dragon. It's fine.
Building a dragon.
I mean, Lego. What? Marvel is. I should just say Lego and Marvel, and I said Lego.
Actually, yeah, good point. We're still in the realm of Lego.
Yeah.
Oh,
how much was that?
They don't see this new Kai poster. Because they've gone with the one ninja will hold the fate of Ninjago in his hands, and they've got a picture of Kai looking really sad with fireballs in his hands. That's really nice.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because he's reforging the golden weapons, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the only. Well, I guess Nia kind of, but the Kai one is kind of the only one that took me by surprise. The fact that it's Kai having it in his hands, because you imagine that they would all be a little bit linked.
Yeah.
I mean, why is Zane gonna have to let go of? Well, why? She's fine. Both of them are fine.
I feel like that whole thing was Zane sort of like letting Pixel stay
hover in the sky. That's wow.
I mean, they've got like all their main characters, and they can't really like leave one out. So I guess they had to come up with something dramatic for all of them, and they just. They've
left Ronan and Dareth and.
Yeah, I want to see more Ronan. I really like Ronan. Ronan was really good in the Shadow of Ronan game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he had a really good personality. It was just because he was just a massive.
That game is strange compared to like on the timeline. It doesn't make much sense because
I don't even think it's real. I think they confirmed it non-canon, which
it's not. But bits of it are. It's like a reimagining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you take because the ninja already knew Ronin, so something happened with Ronin before, and I think Zane taking Zane to Chen's Island is canon, I think.
Yeah.
But that's weird, actually. How did Ronin? They kind of forgot about Zane.
Yeah, because they didn't even show the meeting for the first time as well.
They kind of forgot about that very quickly.
Also, hi, 5,000 Productions. This is. I'm using a different account because I have two different ones for some reason. But this is the BrixHub. I'm talking here. I'm also messaging in the chat. Sorry, this is a guy who's on. We talk on the Discord sometimes. I'm not sure if he can hear me right now, but I'm just saying hi.
Yeah,
you were in the chat earlier. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
I'll make that head.
Apologies for the interruption. But yeah, I think the game's fun. It reminds me a bit of the old Lego Star Wars games. The levels are quite short and they've not got anything too wide.
The only Lego Ninjago game I own is the movie one.
Yeah.
From the PS4, and it's trash. It's really bad. It is an awful game.
Yeah. Shadow of Ronin, £7 on the App Store for the Android App Store, and the controls are actually surprisingly good for a touchscreen. So I mean, if you have an iPad, something like that would be great. Yeah, big screen. Also, the soundtrack's very good. I found the soundtrack on SoundCloud, so I had you got some really good music in it.
Ninjroids and Shadow of Ronin are games they're kind of strange because
Ninjroids is way worse than Shadow of Ronin. Yeah, Shadow of Ronin is like they told their own story. They actually decided to make their own thing.
Like Shadow of Ronin.
Isn't Ninjroids the one that has that is basically rebooted but with different but like all the sounds really weird?
Yeah, they just
it was basically rebooted, but they tried to tell a different story, and I couldn't really tell what was going on for most of it.
Yeah, I did see the ending of that, and I was quite. I actually like the ending where they just cut off when Lloyd falls into the water, even though in the show he just gets up and goes to a village. I kind of like how this had Lloyd sinking and then the narration, and I thought that was like a nice little scene, but then it was just bad, but. It was like a nice little 5-second ending.
Yeah, because it doesn't even end at where the rebooted season ends.
Does it end? Is it less or more?
It end. The bit where they destroy the Overlord in the Digiverse and then he escapes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That part was completely forgotten, and instead the game just ends at the bit where it's like he was defeated in the Digiverse, and then it just has a little post-credit scene sort of thing where it's like I'm free, So I always thought that was where Rebooted had ended when I saw the game, and then the season carried on, and I was like, oh wow, the more. I could say that.
Yeah.
5,000 Productions. Who is Zahid Ghafoor? I am Zahid Ghafoor.
Hello, Zahid Ghafoor.
Yes.
Who is it? Who are any of us? Truly.
I don't know. I just know Droid and the BrixHub. I think I've heard of Zahid Ghafoor also hating Ninjago bricks.
The only confusing thing here is that the YouTube account I use is the BrixHub because I renamed it a while ago.
Yeah.
But my Google Plus account, my main Google account, is Amiga P. So at some point, I either need to combine the two together or find a way that I can use Hangouts with my YouTube account.
Yeah.
Just gotta say, this thing, this is not a dragon. This is a chicken.
No,
that is a chicken.
I think the flag's upside down. Just to point out.
It is.
Yeah. But I like the texturing they've done on the back legs, especially for quite a small set. There's a lot of good details in this.
Yeah,
it's not actually, according to the box.
I'm currently holding mine, and like the dark green is really nice. I think it's a really nice color to use with the gold.
Yeah. According to the box, it says that's how it's supposed to be.
Is it?
I think so. Unless I put it on the wrong part or something.
No, it's probably on right.
I'll turn it the other way around because I like it looking the other way around.
Also, at some point, I want to see does the the head of the dragon, does it still work without the stud shooter?
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice head. I really like the detail on it.
Oh, actually, wait. This set comes with a Stone Warrior.
Yeah.
I might get this now. Just because I've already got one Stone Scout. So if I had two, then I'd be able to form a sort of army.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
So the only sets I got for season 2 were the Garmadon, which I actually got for my birthday a few years ago.
That is a brilliant set. That's so underrated. It's not
accurate,
the Garmadon. It's not accurate at all.
It's great how it has a massive face on the front of it. If you look at it, the whole thing is actually a giant Garmadon face.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
And then I had the kind of the Chimac, the little red goofy one, which kind of like.
The only one I did get was the Temple of Light because I really don't like that set.
Yeah, I once attended like a school building club, and they had the Temple of Light there, and it was like one brick at a time, and like one person's on instructions, one person's finding stuff, and one person is like building. It was the most excruciating moment of my life, just sitting there trying to build that temple, one part at a time. And like one of the, and like it's like a machine where like two cogs aren't working, and then there's me, the one cog that is working, shouting at them.
Yeah, has anyone been to Durham before?
To where?
Has anyone been to Durham?
No,
I haven't heard of that.
All right. Well, there's a Durham Cathedral. They did a Lego project where they were building Durham Cathedral out of Lego, and it's actually displayed in the place. So you had to pay like £1 or something to help contribute to the build. So I was thinking, oh great, this will be amazing. I'll be able to actually put like a piece onto this onto the building, and it would be great. They basically just handed me like a half-built assembly that they're eventually going to put onto the main build, and we're just like, okay, you get this piece. So I put it on, and it's like, yay! And then he just put it back, and I was like, what? I mean, I guess I contributed to it. So when I look at it, I can say, yeah, I put this piece on here, but I didn't actually. It felt very indirect.
Yeah.
It's still cool. If anyone's ever visited, it's there's nothing else really that interesting in the cathedral apart from the Lego thing. So it's a pretty good project though, and it's very big.
Okay, guys, inevitable question: Golden Dragon from season 2, or Golden Dragon from Legacy?
Where is my Golden Dragon?
Not the set, the design from the animation.
I'm gonna have to look at them again.
In the show or in real life, or both?
The one in the show, I remember the one in the first, season 2. It was almost like a spirit. It was more of a spirit dragon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But in this one, it was kind of physical. It was like I'm gonna quickly find it again. One thing, I've never really been too great on the dragon designs in the show.
I didn't like the animation they did for the Legacy short with either dragons actually.
Really?
I thought they looked weird.
I thought they looked so much more organic.
It was the scales. They looked a bit strange, and I think the Golden Dragon was more of a problem for me because it didn't look gold; it looked orange.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. I know some people probably disagree with me here, but if you think about it, the only thing that's really Lego in the show is the characters, like
Yeah,
the figures.
it's completely that. I was thinking about
So
that yesterday.
why don't they just reboot the whole thing at some point when all the seasons are finished and just basically do like what they did with if Lego Friends can get a 2D animated series with decent animation, I think we should maybe try something like that with Ninjago. Also, it'll open up the audience a little bit more, because I think a big put off maybe kids is that if they don't like Lego, they'll look at the show and they'll just be like, "Oh, look, it's Lego figures."
I think it's a bit opposite, because that is the only part of it that is.
I suppose, yeah.
And it's
But like
the characters,
you know how people
and
have
and it's more like a cartoon character's design rather than it's all Lego. If you get what I mean, like it's just like a weird.
Actually,
That's
yeah,
just how the
good point with
characters look. So I think it might. I don't think it's really that big of a problem. I do know, Simia X. Anyone in here?
Yeah.
He really hates the way the show looks, and that's why he doesn't watch it, because he thinks they look very watercolory. So that is something, perhaps.
Yeah. I suppose that argument could be made.
When when people talk about on Twitter and stuff like that, when you got like fandoms all built around like kids shows or shows for younger audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never really understood why like Ninjago's not got as big of a following as those.
It's still tiny. It is
community.
Compared, it is absolutely tiny. And what always gets me about Ninjago, and I want to make a video on this, and I've been trying to make like a documentary, but it's kind of like a history, because when you look back, we are so small and inconsequential, even compared to the rest of the Lego community. We are just such a tiny little fraction, and all these big channels, just look at us all as with this one stroke of all these, little kids that can't make up their mind on what they want.
Yeah,
that's the impression that a lot of people have of us. The only people that aren't like that are people like Dan and like people that can go to conventions. They are the only ones.
I think Jangbricks understands as well. Like he's
followed the show, but he has to deal with all the kids, right?
Yeah.
And so his perspective is understandable, but he doesn't deal with the community. He's not even really involved in the Lego community in general. It's just he makes his videos. People know who he is, but he doesn't really do much more. And I think that's the thing, is that the only experience he gets of Lego Ninjago fans are like this force of children that don't know how to really act.
Yeah.
And in his Ultra Dragon review, he made a very a comment on how no one was going to like it, and he was acting like all Ninjago fans hated change, and none of us could ever accept that change. And I think that just proved how he's not looking at the Ninjago fandom. He's looking at the people that comment in his comment section.
Yeah, I don't blame him though, because like
no, not at all. I'm just saying that's what he's doing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think I feel like the community would maybe expand a little bit or grow if it went under the name of Ninjago or Lego's Ninjago.
Yeah, I think the name of Ninjago definitely kind of like I remember back in primary school when I said the word Ninjago, like it was an instant bad reaction. Like I didn't need to tell them what it was. It was just like they were just like kind of looking at me.
That's one thing that's really mad. Like the season, it started in 2011, didn't it? Or 2010, really. I would have been 10 years old. That's mad.
I put a meme on Reddit's PWS missions, Garmadon meme, and earlier, and it started getting a lot of upvotes. I just made a Reddit account to do that. But it made me think, all these people that Ninjago's in this place where it's not a nostalgic show yet, and it's also not a very kid show. It's like in this weird gray area in between the two, and you just know eventually it's either going to turn into this, either these commentary channels are going to find Ninjago in the community. Although to be honest, I think we've only kind of become a lot more cringy recently, which is really strange actually thinking about it. If they discovered it in 2016, and I think part of the reason why we weren't during Leafy and all those commentary channels and how YouTube was, I think the reason why it wasn't targeted like so many other video types was because of how just completely inoffensive and not even weird just the community was back then. There were just people making YouTube videos, animations on Lego toys. The most you could get is maybe a cringy Lego Show TV video or MitchellOStudios at the time, and still his dialogue's a little stiff. So maybe you could look at it that way. But
I think the only thing Dan needs to do The only I know it's going to be difficult for him, but if he can get
a bit, I will be back soon. So,
all right, okay.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Okay, I'll be back. Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
I think the only thing that Dan needs to do, and if he's listening, I am a big fan. He probably isn't, but you never know.
He doesn't watch my videos
I really think he needs to get more voice actors because he is a great voice actor and he can do a lot of voices, especially when it comes to
That is true. He does need to.
And as he gets older, obviously, it's going to be harder to do female voices. And I feel
that's the meme. He always does female voices.
Yeah.
Even
I think he'd be able to get because the production how well it's made is
the problem with him knowing him. The reason why he doesn't is because he always does voice acting afterwards. And in his movie, for example, he got the Iron Baron voice actor literally about an hour before it was uploaded. And so he was rushing around trying to get people to do it, and he doesn't think forward. He doesn't think ahead of time. I've asked him many times, "Do you want me to voice that?" And he'll be like, "No." And then he'll be like running around to different people after, later, past like midnight here, asking people who were, when these uploads them or whatever.
I mean, I think time management can be a pretty difficult thing, and especially if he's taking up if he's doing a lot. But I don't know. From my brief time doing acting and stuff like that, productions can be really you get into something that's just what are we doing? When's things happening?
100%. Yeah. He sent me his lines actually yesterday for the thing we're doing, so that's good.
Can you memorize some of them now?
No, he's only got I haven't listened to them back actually. Yeah, but he's only got a few. He's Cole, so.
But yeah, there's one thing weird I've noticed. Do you think has Cole's voice gone up like a tone or something in this season? He had a really high-pitched voice in one of the episodes. I was like, what?
Maybe. I think each of them. I think the most noticeable change is Garmadon, and he sounds so much better.
Yeah, I like his more snarky sort of.
The thing was, I think he was being directed in this way that made him seem a lot more like a fool, and that was the implication that the voice director wanted for him, and that's why we used to have Garmadon after the pilots laugh in that specific way. Garmadon in the pilot sounded very different to Garmadon. Garmadon, yeah, but in the pilots, his laugh was very, very menacing.
Yeah.
It eventually twisted into something quite ridiculous. If you look through season 2 in the filler section,
well, yeah, in the filler season, Garmadon was a joke.
His laugh was turned into this sort of comedic thing, and he'd laugh, and that would be the funny thing. Is his.
This will get them this time. Yes, I'll be able to kill them now.
I think he's brought back this. I think Mark Oliver or whoever the director has brought back more of the menacing Garmadon that we had originally.
Yeah. Oh wait. 5,000 Productions asked. Wait, do you think the flintlock shoulder pad thing could fit Golden Lloyd?
Oh, the pauldrons. Possibly.
Actually, yeah, that would look pretty good on it.
In green, perhaps not, but
yeah. One thing I'm really sad about is that they've not got any armor pieces for. I know they won't work with the new hoods, but the figures look a little bit empty.
Yeah, they look more like the pilot Garmadon. Yeah. Not Garmadon, sorry, the pilot Ninja than the
pilot Ninja.
2012 ones.
At least it's not the Ninjago movie head wrap, because those were horrible to take off. And then when you wanted to put them back on again, it was just yeah, let's just give you about 5 minutes. Oh, Lego Prime Ninja's back. Hello.
Welcome back. I've been reading the chat, and this time I'm actually going through the set relatively quickly.
How much was this set? Just trying to remember.
£18.
£18. That's a decent price. Because one thing I was a little bit disappointed with is when I bought, Destiny's Wing for the because I wanted to get that. I like the plane. It looks cool. But I only really wanted the Jack minifigure just because I thought she was a pretty cool character. I like the design, but the set was just kind of it was just there. It wasn't really that interesting.
May 2018, when they started leaking here, well, not leaking, coming out here earlier, it was the only one my Tesco had, and so I had to buy it. I did want it at all. Compared the throne room to it, it's the same price, but you get so much more.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. You can't even compare the two.
I didn't buy the throne room on principle that I think Skylar is overrated and not an interesting character. So I'm just nope. I don't know. She's okay, but
she wasn't very interesting in tournament developments until the end.
Oh yes, I'm.
They kind of forced her into it, and then they only made her interesting after before she helped the ninja. She was kind of bland, and it was kind of like a bit weird that Kai was so smitten over her. It was like pretty unreciprocated, but like so obviously so. It wasn't like she did anything that made it that like she didn't act overly nice. It wasn't any like that. It was weird.
I tell you what, they got the ninja got a pretty bad like track record with the girlfriends. Like since most of them turn out to be they're like,
yeah.
As long as Pixel doesn't go bad at any point.
No, she's just gonna die.
I don't know. Maybe I liked. Actually, no. That was one thing that was really annoying on Twitter. You know that she was pretty much a Facebook mom posted something on Twitter. It's like my 6-year-old daughter said, "Look at all these guys who made Ninjago. I want more girl characters." Did anyone remember that? It was on Twitter.
I saw that.
Yeah, like her kid definitely did not say that. I mean, I think the show's pretty good for representation. Like, I think it's done a great job. And like, compared to other like shows, it's done a great job.
It's like but you make characters that fit to what you need to make. You don't make them a certain thing just because just to slam them on in.
I mean, I think Hunted was definitely quite good for like sort of like the female characters, but I think it's hard to do that because you can't really change the main cast because the main cast are 5 guys and a girl. Like I wouldn't ever expect them to change the kind of core cast, but I think Hunter did a really good job in having a bunch of side characters that made sense, but they're like even in the sets they couldn't avoid having like 4 women and 1 guy in a set. I think that was a really good season in terms of that kind of stuff in Ninjago.
That was kind of the opposite of what it was wanting to do, though, isn't it?
Was it?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, if we're trying to say that it's supposed to be diverse, that's kind of like the opposite. It doesn't matter, but it's just... like
when I say diverse, I
deciding what it wants. I don't think that was intentional. Is what I'm trying to say. I don't think the fact that I don't think they put them in there. That's not representation, though. That's monopoly. But
I'm not saying that they did it because of representation. I'm just saying that it was.
I know.
Like, it turned out.
That isn't a win for representation. That's just. I hope they didn't do it for that reason. I just think you can put those characters in there without anyone saying anything. That's the point.
It's not the sort of thing you need to. Like, it's not like representation for the sake of representation, but like it just made sense. And there were all these female characters anyway, and they used them not like. Kind of like not what's the word intentionally, but like it just sort of turned out like that. And I think that's
the way it has to be. That's the way it should be.
That's how it should be for everything.
Yeah, I think writing should always take precedent over like choices like that.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean,
I think it's a bit silly to, like these people they'll put that above everything else, and it's just like it should fit in if it fits in, but if it doesn't, then if they want to tell a story about 5 male ninja. Going through whatever life, saving a thing, they should be able to without someone telling them it needs to have more of this, more of that.
That was why there was a thing that the problem I've got is that 6 main characters is just becoming too tedious. Like, not
that's
tedious.
The problem. I think that's why Ronin isn't in it. It's because
I'm just wondering I'm just wondering if Cole is actually permanently down.
But then again, going back to Dan, he has so many. He had so many. Like. He had that entire secondary team. He added those 3 in, didn't he? He's got so many main characters. It's not even funny.
No, I did find it sometimes hard to track when there are a lot of them, but I don't know how that was.
It's like, and he doesn't overly at least at the beginning he didn't overly characterize them. He just added more and more and more and more.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I think it's okay to keep like the 6 ninja. Don't like make like. Someone else just sort of just insert them in as like a new main character. I think it would be fine to stick with them. Like if one of them dies, then sure, fill the spot. But yeah, I think Ninjago's pretty. I think Ninjago's good enough with it, with female representation.
Excuse me, I also want some Apache attack helicopter representation too. So if they don't have that there, I'm gonna complain to all the riders.
Oh dear.
Also, bring back Rumi, or I'll harass Tom and Andrea.
I'll make a fake account. and impersonate him.
I think it was that that guy who had the Spaceballs profile picture.
Was it him?
Benjamin Fisher. He was like, "I will curse you forever." It was definitely him. I think he's had his Twitter account taken down now though. So.
Oh really? Oh, well.
I ended because he was like harassing the rioters anyway, like during the same time. So I think it must have like
I hate those people. Those people that just like constantly ask the same question or really like
when they're just having a conversation, like a normal conversation on Twitter or something, or they're talking about something not related to it, and then just some asshole in the comments just goes, "Hey Tommy, is Harumi coming back?"
Yeah, exactly. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember? Hello.
Hello.
I think we lost Darth.
No.
Okay.
Yep, he ran out of his battery. Ran out.
Oh no.
They destroyed the droid control ship.
Yeah. Yeah, I think oh god, what was I going to say? It's all gone out of my head now. I was trying to think of like a witty prequel meme to quote, and now everything's just gone.
Oh. Wait, so has the stream crashed or is it just?
No, I just muted myself.
Oh, he's back.
I thought we were in trouble there for a second.
Yeah.
I got food next to me and didn't want to munch in your ears.
Yeah, I finally.
You.
I've been getting up really late these past few days. Right, actually, that's one thing. If you all end up going to university, you will end up waking up later than you ever have done. Just because, if you're near to things, it's just you just lose all motivation to get up, and it's just I'm just I think the earliest I've got up in the past few weeks was 8.
Wow, Jesus. Yeah,
and that's when I'm feeling particularly motivated.
Yeah, I try and get up before 7, and that just kills my entire day.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's an odd one.
Though I am in catered accommodation, so today I had to get up at 10 just because they did the breakfast. So and the breakfast, I think the breakfast finished at 11 or something. So I needed to give myself about an hour.
Yeah.
I don't spend an hour eating, but about an hour to combination of getting up, getting down there, and getting back. And
yeah,
I'm making the most of a day.
Yeah.
Wait, it's actually quite big. The dragon's a lot bigger than it looks on the box.
Yeah, that's what I found.
One thing that was really appealing about, the one the Cold's Dragon that they released for Skybound.
Oh yeah, it's tiny.
One thing I really liked about that is that, but I liked the fact it was small because you could kind of just you had this dragon and you had you had a base build. And you could just do anything with it, and it was small and it was affordable, and you can get a dragon. The face was a bit weird, but apart from that, I quite liked it. Yeah. Also, actually, just plugging my YouTube.
Mitchell,
if anyone wants to see,
tweet me on Twitter, and I'll DM you.
If anyone wants to see, I bought 2 of those Cold Dragon sets and combined them into a bigger dragon. So I mean, if anyone wants to, well, I'll try
put that on the thing.
It's one of my less watched videos, but it's probably the one that put quite a lot fit into. Enjoyed that guy. Where is it? Just scrolling back through my waves of just bland stuff. I remember a few years ago, when people were doing YouTube shout outs and things in the community. I did a shout out series for a few people I liked on YouTube. But then,
shout out series.
Yeah, but then most of my comments just came people hey bro, can you shout out me, or hey, I'll do one if you do that. So I just realised, I've gone too deep into this.
Yeah,
I used to subscribe to every
never-ending cycle.
I used to subscribe to everyone that subscribed to me.
Oh, no.
I never advertised I did it, but I did it. And then I was left with loads of people, loads of videos I didn't care for in my subscription box.
There's a guy, I think he was around a few years ago, called BrixHub, who used to copy and paste the same comment onto every video he saw, something I think it was subscribe and I'll return the favor. I do Lego stop motion, and for for his first year, he was really popular. If you look at his most recent videos, which are about a few months, at least maybe 5 months ago now, all of them are just overwhelmed with dislikes when people of his fans, people who subscribe to him, realize that he was basically just releasing this, just putting the same comment on and basically just like scamming these people out of.
Hey,
Really?
I think I got one of those comments actually, and I gave him like a really detailed reply, but it was like a nice one. It never occurred to me that it was sort of like a formula thing.
Yeah. That's what's really annoying, because I think the first time I did it as well, I was like, hey, thanks for subscribing now. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll subscribe back. I kind of like it. I kind of like interacting on YouTube. Like, as much as I keep like complaining about all these things, the community is really good, and like people all like watch stuff, and it's
Oh, I can't do it through Instagram.
Oh wait,
Twitter.
MitchellOStudios.
Oh.
We'll just Oh, is he? Are we adding him now? Sorry, I just saw the message.
Yeah, can someone send him the link? Can someone somehow send him the link?
Do you have Discord? You in the Discord?
Does he have? I don't know if he. Yeah, he's in the Discord. I think you are. Yeah, he is.
I'll be able to DM it to him.
Yeah, he is. Okay, go on Discord, Mitchell. I can do it if you want.
Oh, is he joining?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love to.
Cool.
I'll do it. I got it copied and pasted. Oh, I didn't.
Doc, how are you finding the wings? Because I'm interested to see like how you think of them in terms of like the build.
I kind of like the blades on the wings. The Ninjago dragons.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know.
They're never used in the show. They're never used in the show. The wings on the dragons in the show kind of look normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they went for the vinyl light wings for the Ultra Dragon, but it's just such a shame though, because the legs don't move, which have killed any kind of incentive that I had to buy it.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I generally only buy those dragon sets if they have like really good articulation, animation.
The golden dragon can dab. That's something.
Yeah, I saw someone making the dragon dab. I can't remember where.
John did it.
John
A123.
A123. Yeah. Oh yeah, that must have been him. Yeah.
Here's the video that I did of that.
I get weird deja vu a lot of these times in these streams because I feel like I've done it before, and then I try to remember if I've actually, and then I remember like little bits and pieces of streams I've done in the past that I've just completely forgotten about.
Yeah.
So that's something.
Yeah, there's
These are
something
really
that
cool.
I really like about this build. How much is the Samurai Mag?
15 quid.
15.
15? Oh wait, so the Samurai Mag's cheaper.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's actually, I really want to see the box now because seeing how small this one is, I want to see how small that one is.
I have the box like
I like
somewhere in my cupboard, so I'll see if I can get that out.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Hello.
What is up?
What is up, my dudes?
My dudes.
It's me.
No, that is epic.
I'm just gonna get this box. Oh god, where's it gone?
Epic Ninjago stream or podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
This is very epic.
yeah, what happened to Fedsy? I don't know how. I can never.
He died.
pronounce his name.
I
Poor guy.
copy-striked him for stealing my Garmadon meme ideas.
Hang on.
Actually, that's one thing I'll get up on. I'll get up on the camera right now. The box for the the Ninjago. Sorry, no, not Ninjago. No, the box for the. How do I turn video on? Where is it?
Okay, it's time to do some seriously kind of dangerous living on the edge camera work. I'm gonna try and not get my face in shot while showing these boxes.
Oh, we're doing like a zero face reveal.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just getting these boxes set up in their like kind of natural form, in their natural box form. There we go.
Oh.
Okay. Get ready, guys. This is going to be amazing. Hang on.
Wait,
why is my video the main center now?
Oh,
There we go. There we go. That's beautiful. I got it.
Oops, I clicked on the wrong.
Wait, why is mine the big video now?
Is it a bit taller or is it about the same size?
So it's turned on its side. So if I just
Oh yeah, that's better.
go on its side, then you might be able to see better. So it's like this.
That's a weird shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a bit smaller than.
Yeah.
Put it up next to it. Is it like the same height?
It's a bit shorter,
So small. That is so tiny.
and also it's not as wide either.
Yeah, that's weird.
That
That is
might have
strange,
just
but-
convinced me to get the dragon and stuff.
I mean, I'm getting both. They both look
Yeah.
awesome. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I was very close to getting the, the new monastery, but I'm not too sure if I want to get it now, just because it doesn't connect, so you can't really make a circle.
I'm gonna wait for it to go. It's already on reduced on Amazon.
Sometimes good to wait. Like, I got a really good deal on it.
I rarely buy Lego over like 20 quid that isn't reduced.
Yeah, I got a pretty good deal for the original. So no, it's not the original. No, the movie Destiny's Bouncing.
Yeah,
I've got that. That's a really
Got
good.
really good. I got that.
that was reduced so quickly. That was £90 on the second week of it being released.
Really?
I managed to get it for 80 on Lego.com, and I had
The
I
other
had points overstanding, so I ended up
on
spending
Black Friday, it was £60.
Oh, that's yeah. Could buy two and make a double sized one.
Yeah, it's insane. That set has more
YouTuber.
pieces than the Temple of Ejitsu.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it does. And the temple's more expensive, isn't it? Like I have the basic price.
By far.
Yeah.
Also, this is
really good value, especially when you start customizing it. Like I look at mine, which I've essentially rebuilt loads of it to look like the SOG one, and it's just such a beautiful thing to have in my room.
Yeah. Mine's hidden behind the city and docks now, but
Yo, do any of you guys have this?
what's that?
Oh, it's the Battle Arena thing from like years ago.
Yeah, I never got that.
I've seen it before.
Yeah,
I
I
always
got
saw
it
the
in
Brick Show doing it.
2010.
Nice.
2010. That's insane.
That's pretty
That's
early.
gonna
Yeah.
bring that back. Yeah, actually, one box where I'll just get my video. We're doing videos. One box that's surprisingly hefty. Actually, one sec. This is actually quite big.
Is it? How large is it?
Yeah, this like
Oh, the Overwatch box.
yeah, the Overwatch box. Like,
Yeah.
I hate that
I
they're
don't know,
exclusive to Argos.
a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Oh.
Right, how do I turn the video off again? That's the only box I've got in my room, though. Just because. Also, I don't tend to hold on to the boxes. I probably should, but.
The new old dragon of the old one. I've got a video doing that. I've recorded the audio. I've just got to do some stuff about that. It's a big.
Wait, what time is it
comparison.
for all of you guys?
It's half
It's
3.
3:30 for me as well.
After it, yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Because I woke up like an hour ago. Because it's only 8:34 a.m. over here.
Oh, you're in the US, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Darth, you might want to update the featuring section of the title because currently it just says Fakey and Zahid.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
try.
some questions.
Look, my
So,
channel.
Do you prefer the new Ultra Dragon or the old one?
I'm doing a video on that. I did just
Wait, can I give my thoughts on it?
Yeah.
I don't mind the new Ultra Dragon set. It looks pretty good, but I understand the problems with it. Like there's the faces seem to be a bit odd, but if you look at the original set, it's kind of it's like they only 2 of the faces actually were like shoot the ball.
The new one. The new one is by far better than the old one. It's not even a question of.
Quite a lot of nostalgia in the community that's maybe
The issue that I see a lot. The new one has more parts than the old set combined.
Oh,
really.
It does about 38 more.
Yeah.
And it's more focused on the Ultra Dragon.
I would gladly get him. I think we should have a second wave of Legacy because there's quite a lot of things we could have. Also, I need me an actual Great Devourer.
yeah. I mean, I can't speak for the sets because I own neither of them. But in terms of design, I just really like the new Ultra Dragon because like the head just feels so much more. Oh, okay, yeah. Just the Great Devourer has killed my train of thought. Oh my god.
I'm foul. I think it's really cool. Like, the mouth, the bottom of the mouth, the little cave you can use.
Yeah, that's a really nice party.
I like how they can actually put a minifigure in there and it actually lies inside, so you can eat essentially.
Yeah.
Wait, we have another question.
If you're into that.
We have another question. How many seasons do you think Ninjago will have? I think it'll have 13.
It should end after the next episode, but it won't. So,
Yeah.
I
think-
Yeah, what is
I'm
this
going to
movie?
throw a number. I'm going to throw a number right out, and I'm going to say 15. And it will end
It's gonna
horribly.
last a while.
It will end without a proper ending because
I
they
think the
like
last
money.
season will be a bad season because I've noticed
It
a lot of
100% will
shows.
be.
A lot of shows that are being cancelled always finish on a bad note.
Yeah, 100% because they don't expect it. Ninjago, the Oni were like the perfect chance to end Ninjago, but they did take it. So
I mean, I'm not complaining just because I like to see more of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I feel like Braggy, he's gonna know to like end Ninjago with a good ending.
well, he doesn't
But
have
then
the.
they're gonna continue the sets. Like,
Actually, yeah,
Legacy.
good point. Yeah, if he listens to like other shows and listens to the community and sees like other things.
Oh no,
he'll
I
know
think
when to
the
stop.
writers. This is the point. Is that the next episode is called Endings. I don't think they'll. This is the thing. We don't know how well the show does compared to the sets because we know that it hasn't been doing great recently because of the internet and Cartoon Network not airing it. But
I'm going to be
the
honest.
thing about
though,
it is that Legacy was specifically marketed, and they went over the March of the Oni marketing in order to market them as old sets so that they could promote the show. That's very important because it tells us that the show is in a state of at least not doing as well as it once did, and so it's important. Yeah, the show could end. I don't think they will end the show. They might. They'll see how well March of the Oni does, and then they might do shorter seasons.
Yeah, what is this whole thing that's supposed to be doing? Is March of the Oni becoming a movie?
Yeah, they're just gonna. The thing is, there's supposed to be 6 hours of Ninjago content this year. 14. If they do a season for season 11, that's 10 episodes, and then there's 4 from March of the Oni. That's an hour of content left over. The movie is unless they add more content into the movie, which is just going to be the 4 March of the Oni episodes compiled.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
But then they have the Legacy shorts too, which is like how long in total?
Oh yeah, no, adding the Legacy, they're only about 10 minutes. It's still under that.
Okay, so yeah.
Well,
so
they might do like a 12 episode season. I could see them doing that.
I just think that should have been given to the Oni though, and I can't believe it wasn't.
The only thing is the only Oni character that seems particularly interesting to me is Omega, and the only reason
the rest
why
of them are Horde.
because I can't tell if Omega is a guy or a girl. If you listen to the voice again, the voice is like
People think it's Harumi.
Oh my! Are they?
Harumi.
Why are people so obsessed with Harumi coming back?
Right. Does anyone find it really funny in the intro? They have all the things.
Yeah,
and
she said Lloyd,
all the things, and you just hear Harumi go, Lloyd. In every intro, I hate that.
I feel like they just had that just for the people that are begging for Harumi back. They just put that in, to troll all those fans.
But if you listen to Omega's voice, it's kind of not androgynous, but you can hear so many weird references.
It is very sort of it's less sort of heavy.
Well, has anyone in Solo, Enfys Nest, how they had how they made her voice sound deeper.
Character was so stupid.
As soon as I saw that character, I was like, that is definitely a woman, and I was like, yep, just because they heard her voice.
There we go. Look at that.
Sort of feeling with Omega.
Dragon dab.
Oh no, no.
Right. So could you pull the stud shooter off a minute? Just because I want to see what it looks like without the stud shooter. You can put it back on. Just because.
I don't particularly want to put it back on. I just had it like that because it told me to.
I just want to see what it looks like without it, because then I can see whether it's still got good display value without it.
It is pretty good.
Omega is Harumi confirmed. Oh yeah, that looks great. Yeah.
I mean, one I think that the concept of the Oni having lots of time would have given them more time to flesh out. But I feel like we already know a lot about the Oni. I think
they spent.
Look at is
the priorities are weird though. They spent all of last year hyping the Oni up, and then they only give them a little few episodes, and then they just shoehorn them off. That is weird. Like they spent so long trying. They introduced them last year. I think we all forget that. He only didn't exist before 2018.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the most shocking thing out of all of that is that we might not get any early sets. But if they don't do that, that's it. Like that would be weird because they've spent so long to hype it the Oni. Whereas
Yo guys, who remembers this set?
Oh god,
What's that? Oh yeah, the
Emmett Builder thing. Yeah. I
Which
remember
one?
that.
Where's that? Well, I sold mine a year ago.
Sold yours.
Oh my gosh, Chima.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got it,
Chima.
I managed to get 30 quid from it on eBay. So I was very
30
happy.
quid?
Yeah.
What's that?
I thought you should have got more of that. Like, that's an
It was
old
30.
set.
30.
Was it out of box though?
Yeah, it's out of box.
Yeah, that's why then.
Okay.
So it was a good price
This
then.
is the tumbler.
The tumbler. Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, so that's
You
what-
are village.
The tumbler.
Oh shoot, I'm missing one of the buildings because it's upstairs.
Hey, you know what is a good set from Legacy actually? It's the Lightning Jet. I bought that for myself.
Yeah, that's a really good improvement.
Actually, a really good set. Like I
mean,
playing.
Cool. I mean, it's double the price of the old one.
But it did what it did what I kind of expected Legacy to do, but Legacy kind of didn't do. It basically took the original and said, "Let's make it better," and they made it better.
Yeah.
I was kind of annoyed they didn't really do that for every set.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you really want to know like the size comparison of the golden dragons, here it is.
I think I put mine in a box. I don't know where my original one is, so I can't tell you. Oh wow, yeah, that's quite.
It's tiny.
Well,
Dude, the old head is so much worse though. Like, look how easy it falls off. Like, 'cause
Wait,
it's,
I can
like,
only
on-
see. Give me a sec.
does the jaw fall off? Does the jaw?
Oh wow, that looks bad.
Oh yeah,
the gold
the
teeth.
jaw. Yeah, the jaws on the old one fall off, don't they?
That's like with the old dragon. Yeah, my Ultra Dragon
Oh, the old dragon
heads keep falling off.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. It's
Wait,
awful.
the new one or the old one?
The old one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the original Earth Dragon from the very first.
This is actually a good mech.
I always wanted that. I'd always go into the shop, see it, and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that someday," and then I never got it.
Mm.
Dude, this is actually an underrated mech.
Which Mac?
Oh, the Electromech. Yeah, that is a good mech. Although the arms are a bit short.
It's a good one, yeah.
I really like the mech from Cole's one from Possession.
Rebooted.
Sorry, not Possession. Yeah, Rebooted.
Yeah, Rebooted,
Right.
that was a good one.
It was in one of the episodes of Possession. That was it. Yeah. So it is so
yeah.
small, which is kind of sad. I've noticed Cole always gets the small.
That
touches.
that rebooted set with Jay and Cole's vehicles was wonderful. I really like that set.
I wish I
With
got
them
that set. That was a good set.
But Cole always gets small things. You got
Dude,
the
the play
smallest dragon
feature
in the
works really well too.
The wings.
new- Oh yeah, the wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
right.
Pretty cool.
Right, let's just move these guys out of the way for a moment.
I think one of the best dragons in terms of articulation is the Earth Dragon from the what's it called? The hunted set, the big arena.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah,
It can't look up and down though, can it? Which one? It can't move one way. I can't remember which
I'm
way it
having
can't
some
move.
nostalgia right here.
Also, Sveltin Polnov. Yeah, I agree with you about the Earth Driller. Looks a lot better. I agree with you. Sorry if I
The old
butchered
one,
your name.
I had to put the old one on my the worst Ninjago list. I don't think it's
that was
one of the
bad.
worst sets, but it's alright. But I just wish that they'd given it a bigger spot on the list, on the price list.
The old which one?
Making it the old
Dude,
one,
the
making it
back
so
is
small.
literally left open. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
But the front is so good.
Wait, what old thing are we talking about here? Sorry.
Earth Driller.
Is that the original?
Driller, yeah.
The original Earth Driller? Oh god,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the back is that's weird.
One thing I'm a really big fan of, but needs a lot of modding. You know the Ninjago Mech Dragon?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that already. I love it on its own. It doesn't have any articulation on the.
I've given it a longer tail. I think that was one thing it needed.
I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
But I love the face. It's built so well, and because it's a dragon.
That was
it's a
the
mech,
first. Yeah, that was
It's
the
a
first
robot.
one.
They can actually they can get away with making it look robotic.
Yeah,
So
that was where that set really worked because it took all the things that are generally kind of bad with the organic ones and kind of made it better.
Yeah.
This vehicle is underrated too.
Also, does anyone want to see the new Garmadon face on the Ninjago movie Garmadon?
DDX.
The Ninjago movie one.
Oh, it looks really good.
Yeah,
I can
because
get you the Ninjago movie one.
no, because I don't like the Ninjago movie Garmadon's face.
Yeah,
but I like the rest.
Do you mean
of the
in terms of Garmadon body or the movie Garmadon?
The movie
body?
one, because the Sons of Garmadon one's got like purple blood everywhere, and it's like what? Which is funny because it's okay, but it's just a bit there. But I hate the face. I hate the happy, angry face.
Yeah,
you know,
the face
you have from the Ninjago movie.
I wish Sons of Garmadon and March Journey have introduced such nice expressions for all the characters, but they're just not available because we've got the move faces that are so exaggerated and like weird. It's really disappointing.
I'll make this shot.
Go on, like 2012.
Dang it.
What was that?
Yeah.
It's a basketball.
Actually, one thing has I'm just trying to think what it was.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
Oh
know
my
this
God,
isn't
that looks
Ninjago,
amazing.
but this is a really cool DC set.
Oh yeah, this is a ship thing. Yeah,
It's actually really cool.
Oh, the Garmadon with the new face looks so much better. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like the face
that's
that much.
Garmadon
But it looks a lot better than the movie face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you know do you have that cape sort of thing he had as well? He had like a.
No, that only came in. That's the one problem I got with the Doc's minifigures. I think they didn't put the cape one in. How do you do that? How can you put Garmadon in that set and not give him the most stuff he has?
There's only one set that has an accurate Garmadon to the movie, and it's like 40 quid. It's like, what is up with that?
Yeah, my friend's got the dragon. Sorry, not dragon. So no, it's not. Actually, no, it is the dragon. Lloyd's Mech Dragon.
Yeah, Lord
Yeah, that's the one that had it
This
in.
really sucks.
What?
Does anyone have anything to say about the golden armor? Yeah, it looks pretty cool, but we
The
I'm
golden armor?
surprised no one put it on during this. You know the scene where they're all like holding their golden armor and they're like walking back.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one held on to it. Like, I'm surprised none of them put it on. Like, imagine if Garmadon put it on. That'd been cool.
Yeah, that is weird. That is strange. I guess it's kind of confusing because it has all that power in it, and they didn't use it. That is
They just kind of held it. They were like, yeah.
one thing that I don't get is that why are they reforging the weapons? The elemental power did nothing. The only thing the elemental weapons did was shoot their element.
Well, no, like the golden armor is the elemental, is the elements, but they're like a creation, like
Yeah, exactly. So
they're
why
like
are they going to
creation
reforge the
weapons.
elements? Because they already have the elements and it didn't work.
I don't think it's necessarily about the elements. I think it's more about the fact that
Yeah, they're going to wave it around in their face. They just glorified. It's glorified. The weapons are just going to be glorified torches.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if we can at least say one thing, the fights in the newer seasons look a lot better. Like, I think because the budget's quite high. Like, if anyone watched, I watched Hands of Time again recently, and the fights in that were just so mind-numbing. Like, they literally just stood there hitting each other doing the same movements. Like,
I mean, it had Hands of Time, yeah, but there was that one fight between Wu going on Hands of Time in the second episode.
oh, with
Yeah.
the one I did like in Hands of Time was the one with Kai and his dad. That was good.
Yeah, like I kind of feel like Hunted and March Journey haven't had many good fight scenes yet because the best fight scenes were Sons of Garmadon where they all had the weapons. They all had their standard weapons and they were fighting. But then because the Fourth Ninja don't really have weapons or they're fighting a bad
Anyone
guy
hear me?
Strong. Hello?
Yep, we can hear you. Sorry, I'm getting a load of mic.
Anyone hear me?
No?
Yeah, I can hear you. So, yeah.
I'm muting myself.
Mic noises. Has anyone got like?
Guys,
hear anything
let's
now.
be honest here. The ninja right now are more powerful than the weapons ever were.
Maybe, but for the sake
Because they can, like,
Can anyone hear me?
they can shoot. Like, I don't know. I just don't see. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it could be argued because Lloyd gave them their power and Lloyd's got
Oh,
like
that's
the
weird.
power
Hold on.
weapons.
I can't hear anyone.
oh,
Darth?
I think Darth can't hear us.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, that's
Mitchell
really strange.
basketballs.
Wait, guys, if you think about it though, the golden weapons actually will do something. Because the Oni are like destruction and like, darkness. But the golden weapons created Ninjago, so it's like creation versus darkness. So they actually can kind of like combat them.
I feel like that's the sort of that's the angle they're going to go with. Like it's not about the elements. It's about the fact that it's like it's like metal creation.
Yeah.
All I can hope is that that when the Oni did the whole rampage over the realms, they took out the furry convention. Hope that the Oni took out the giant furry convention. When the whole,
the giant furry convention?
Yeah. Chima.
Oh God! Yeah, sorry. It's
okay.
Way too long. Yes, I hope Chima like
Can you hear me?
Before. Oh, hello.
Yeah. Okay. That's better. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. It was so funny if Chima like kind of like saw the smoke and then just died and then the Ninjago and they just won.
Yeah, like just right at the end. Imagine it right at the end of the last episode. It's just like, hey,
This is a really cool Star Wars ship.
We just torched an entire a giant furry convention we saw earlier. Oh yeah, that's really good ship. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm waiting for that moment now.
Which set is that? Sorry, MitchellO. I can't tell which one it is.
One?
Yeah.
It comes with like I think it's like the it was like a TV series or something, like a Lego TV series.
Was it the Freemaker
like,
Adventures?
The Freemakers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I never actually watched that. Was that any good?
I watched
I
watched the first complete
just
season of it.
watched
It wasn't bad. Let's just say that. Like it had like a proper like story arc going on. Like because like there's this lightsaber made of pure crystal that they have to find, and like they're going around finding it, and it was like it's the sort of thing that you watch when you're ill and you just can't do anything. But like it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good either.
I discovered recently that there's a pretty goofy but kind of supposed to be quite good Professor Layton TV series out right now. So I might end up rewatching. Not rewatching. I might end up giving that a watch at some point.
Yeah. Hey, unrelated thing. The person that voices Mistake in Ninjago, the new voice actor for the Sons of Garmadon stuff.
Yeah.
I think I actually know. Hang on, wait. I might be misremembering this. Let's look it up real quick. Give me a second. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. This is a really anticlimactic thing. I'm just trying to look it up pretty quickly. Actually, I think she voices like one of the X-Men Evolution characters.
Oh right. Oh, I remember that show. That show was pretty goofy, but I liked it. It was.
Yeah. It was.
I remember watching a couple of episodes. But, like I think it was only like 3 or 4 years ago. I was just like, oh, well, this is cool, and I just kept getting them recommended me on YouTube, not YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube. That's one thing I will give kudos to with YouTube. Sometimes they're very specific with like the things they recommend to me.
Yeah.
But it gets to the point where sometimes I don't want to watch everything I'm having recommended until a certain time. It's a bit annoying because have any of you played a game called Hollow Knight?
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah. Oh well,
this set is pretty trash.
I keep getting bosses, videos or about bosses recommended to me in the game. But I want to finish the game before I get anything spoiled for me. So I'm just really hoping I'm not going to get any spoilers in my YouTube.
You're trying to dodge all the spoilers. Oh no. Oh,
guys, this set is pretty bad.
Mora, who voices Cole, voices Scott Summers in X-Men Evolution. I'm just looking at the cast list. Wow.
Wait, is that the tumbler? Is that the titanium ninja tumbler? I like that one.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
alright.
yeah.
I like it. I've not got it though, so maybe
It's too
not
bulky.
chunky. He's a chunky boy.
I mean, I guess that's kind of the idea of it, but
Also,
Doesn't really work.
Matthew Mercer who voices McCree in Overwatch.
I think I've heard of him. I think yeah.
I think he's voiced a couple of characters in Pokemon, like the Pokemon TV series as well.
I haven't seen any Pokemon, but yeah, I do know him. Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. No, it wasn't the person who voices Mistake. It was the person who voices Ultraviolet, voices Kitty Pryde in X-Men Evolution.
Oh, her voice in X-Men Evolution is like Well, in the first 2 seasons, she had like a really country accent, but then like it kind of changed, which I don't mind.
Yeah, I remember watching X-Men Evolution because I think at some point the official Marvel channel uploaded all of it at once, like for a bit, and I just sat there and binged watch X-Men Evolution for like 3 days.
I think this is a bit of an underrated bike.
Yes, I definitely agree. That is a really nice bike. Like the all the moving parts on it, I think, are really nice.
Is this Desert Lightning?
Yeah, the Desert Lightning bike. Although I wish it was low to the ground.
I was very close to getting Cole's Earth bike, from Possession, but I never got it, which was sad. It came with a tiny dragon, which was cool as well. But
yeah, the dragons from Possession are just never explained, and like in the context of like in terms of Garmadon,
I kind of saw them as ghost dragons. Really, they were just like.
So do you think like some dragons were just sent to the Curse Realm? And, yeah,
it was quite funny actually. If you look at the sets, you start off with a really small one in Cole's bike, and then you get a slightly larger one in the Ronin Rex, and then you get an even larger one in the Final Flight, the Destiny's Bound.
Are you suggesting that they murdered baby dragons?
It's just one dragon. My theory is it's just one dragon. It gets bigger. No, it's just they probably just had like a load of different dragons.
Yeah,
they all look like wyverns as well, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a really nice concept, and it doesn't make as much sense anymore.
The one in Destiny's Bounty looks way better than the Preeminent. I really wish that they'd made the Preeminent a dragon.
I like Preeminent.
I totally did that in my series, by the way.
Oh, really? I missed that. I just sorry, I missed that.
I genuinely think the Preeminent is such a weird. It's like a villain. It's like some design that's just so out of left field that I really love it.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. It looks like that thing that was in the Destiny Forsaken.
Is weird.
That set is wonderful. Don't criticize that set. It's the best set ever. That's the best. The Scorpion Stinger.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful set. That is a set with brilliance.
It was kind of weird, but in a good way.
It's the best set ever.
Yeah.
It's so weird, but I guess it's kind of cool.
It is the best.
The Preeminent was a thick mommy.
Oof.
Oh my god!
It was an interesting villain because the Preeminent had just nothing, but it was just such a cool presence that I'm conflicted about whether I like the Preeminent or not.
I just think it was really interesting because when season 5 was airing, people were like, "What the hell is Preeminent? What's it going to?"
Yeah, just mentioned it. Name dropped it in one of the episodes.
This giant massive eyeball shell thing with a load of tentacles coming out of it. It's like, damn.
Yeah. It was the first time that I saw a villain that I wasn't expecting because of set leaks. Yeah.
And then when you got they put all the houses onto it, it almost that fight against the Preeminent, and then when it gets destroyed by the wave, that was a really good scene. And Curse World Part 1 and Part 2 are probably some of my favorite episodes in the show.
Yeah, they are really
guys.
Good.
Hello.
Oh my god, it's alive.
It's a kitten. Cat.
It's a cat. Wow. Oh, actually, wait.
Meow.
No. Right. I'm gonna have to call it. It's 4 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna have to leave just because
me too.
Today.
We're gonna finish the stream up anyway. I was gonna.
All right.
Do that.
Yeah, I have to go eat breakfast.
Yeah. It was nice joining you guys.
Yeah. Oh, what have I done with the Golden Ninja?
Thanks for having me on the stream. It's been really cool.
I'll see y'all later.
See you.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.
I'm gonna end it. Yeah, then. All right. Thank you guys for coming on. This unofficial podcast. This was me totally not making fun of the podcast. NHD Ninja Studios or whatever his name is going to be making. Bye.